Hey everyone. Hope everyone's doing good. Hope you all are doing happy and doing blessed and doing overall safe. Welcome to your Geek Report for the week of May 14th through May 21st of 2024. We're going to start in our TV and movie news segment. And this week, it's all about Marvel. And the first big news we got out of Marvel was that Daredevil Born Again, the Daredevil introduction into the MCU, has gotten a March 2025 release date. We're going to kind of talk about it and what I think about this release date. Secondly, WandaVision spinoff Agatha All Along will also premiere this year in September 18th of 2024. I'm going to kind of talk about it a little bit and just tell you my overall impressions of it. Then we're going to move on to our gaming news. And the gaming news from this week all comes from Ubisoft. The first off is some bad news, and that is that they have canceled the Division Heartland. I'm going to kind of talk about the Division Heartland, what it was meant to be, and what my overall thoughts are on the cancellation. Then the second thing that came out this past week was that Assassin's Creed Shadows dropped a trailer. We're going to look at the trailer, and I'm just going to give you some of my thoughts and opinions on it. So sit back, relax, grab yourself something to eat, grab yourself something to drink, and welcome to the Geek Report for the week of May 14th through May 21st of 2024. So let's get started with our TV and movie news. And the majority of it comes from an event that happened this past week. This past week, the big TV networks did what they call their upfronts, in particular, Marvel and Disney. Okay. Now, if you don't know what an upfront is, let me kind of explain it to you. Okay. Let's say you got a TV show. All right. And let's say that TV show is coming out in 2025, 2026, whatever. Okay. You want to get advertising on that show because the advertisers pay the shows to put the commercials on for their products. Okay. Advertisers pay shows put their products in said shows and in commercials. People go out and buy items, cycle repeats. Okay. So that's what was going on. So the upfronts are basically previews for the advertisers and a little bit of media to kind of give them an overall idea of what the show is going to be like, kind of give them a preview of whether or not the show is going to be popular, etc., etc. Okay. This past week, Marvel did their upfronts. Okay. And a few shows were talked about at their upfronts. Okay. The first one being Agatha All Along, which is going to be a WandaVision spinoff focusing on Agatha Harkness. Daredevil Born Again, which is going to introduce Daredevil into the MCU proper. You had Ironheart and you had Wonder Man. Now, the two I'm going to focus on is Daredevil Born Again and Agatha All Along. And we're going to start with Daredevil Born Again. Now, it got a March 2025 release date. There has been no leaks about a trailer or anything about that, but it is going to star Charlie Cox, and there is a picture of Charlie Cox right there. It is going to have Vincent D'Onofrio on it, and it is bringing back a lot of the characters from the original Daredevil series that was on Netflix. In fact, it says it right here that the Daredevil Born Again recently wrapped filming after a total creative overhaul. Okay, during the filming, a total creative overhaul was done, and it brought back the OG characters from the Netflix show, which I think is a good idea. So you're going to see all the OG characters. Well, not all of them, but some of them. And it's going to keep the old seasons canon. So that means that not only will the OG characters be canon, but maybe the Defenders. Okay, maybe Jessica Jones, maybe Luke Cage, maybe Iron Fist will remain canon. How they're going to bring that into the MCU, I do not know. Because so much has happened in the MCU since the Netflix shows. Okay. But I am glad that they are at least attempting to keep those canon. I am curious if they are going to do like Jessica Jones and Luke Cage and Iron Fist, maybe Daughters of the Dragon. There was the idea of doing a Daughters of the Dragon series over on Netflix. And I'm kind of hoping that they do keep that. So maybe we can have all those Netflix shows become canon, okay, and brought over to the MCU. I'm just kind of curious how they're going to do it, okay? My personal opinion on it is that they're probably going to talk about the snap, that the snap is probably going to play a big part, that more than likely all of the Defenders, Daredevil, Iron Fist, Luke Cage, Jessica Jones were snapped away. Okay. And when they were brought back, things were completely changed and they had to rebuild their lives. So basically, I figure they're going to use the snap as kind of a way to reboot these characters. Okay. Now they're still going to use the original canon from the Netflix shows. Okay. But the snap is going to provide a convenient way for them to basically reboot these characters. Okay. And I think if this is successful, we could see Jessica Jones. We could see a Defenders series. We could see Daughters of the Dragon, which I would be very, very happy to see, honestly and truly. Now let's focus on Agatha All Along. This is another one of the shows that was announced at the upfronts. Okay. And I tried to find some more solid information about it, but all I could really find was this Wikipedia page. And it is coming out on September 18th of 2024. That's what the upfront announced. Okay. Now, if you remember in WandaVision, Agatha was in the town that Wanda basically altered. Okay. At the end of the series, Wanda took Agatha's powers away. Okay, if I can ever talk right. She took her powers away and basically made her powerless. Okay. So she has become powerless. Okay. Well, according to what I'm seeing here on the Wikipedia page, Agatha escapes from the town she was in somehow, and she has completely lost her powers, and she is on a quest to regain her powers. Okay, that's what the series is all about. It's going to bring back some people from the WandaVision series. It's going to bring back Catherine Hahn as Agatha Harkness. It's also going to have Aubrey Plaza, Joe Locke, Patty LaPoon, I think is how you say it, and a couple of others who maybe weren't in the WandaVision spinoff, but the one that's really important is Catherine Hahn. She did play Agatha, so she is coming back. I really don't know what to say about this series. Okay. You know, I really did. I mean, WandaVision was an okay show. Don't get me wrong. Okay. I honestly just did not think that Agatha really deserved to see her own series. Okay. And it's not to say that Catherine Hahn was a terrible Agatha Harkness. Okay. I thought she was an okay Agatha Harkness. I just I just felt her story was complete. She tried to take Wanda's power. She tried to get hold of Darkhold. Wanda stopped her, reset everything back to the way it was, stripped her of her powers. The end. Okay, so I really don't know where they're going to go with this. Okay, or how she even escaped Westview, where Wanda basically trapped her. Okay, so I'm figuring this is going to be one of those situations where the snap is going to play. Okay, and maybe you don't know what I'm talking about when I say the snap. The snap was in the Avengers movies where Thanos snapped away half the galaxy. And then in Endgame, the Avengers reversed it and brought everyone back to a snapped away. Okay. So that's what I'm calling the snap. So that way you know what I'm talking about. I just really don't know what to think of this series. Okay. I really don't know what to think of it. All right. Because I really felt that Agatha's story was either on hold or completely done when she was trapped in Westview. Okay. When Rhonda trapped her in Westview, stripped her of her powers, and basically made her a cliche, what was it, 50s sitcom character. Okay. Basically, took away her identity and everything. So what I'm figuring is going to happen is the snap snaps her away. Then she comes back, but she's not in Westview anymore. Maybe Westview is gone or whatnot. and she remembers who she is. She realizes she no longer has her powers, and she goes on this quest to find them. According to what we're seeing here on Wikipedia, that she does go on a quest to try and find her powers. Okay, to try and regain her powers, I should say. So that's really where my mind is in terms of Agatha. I'm not very excited about this at all, to be truthfully honest with you. And there were two more shows that were announced at the upfront. And I'm not really going to talk about them because there's so little information known about them right now. But the other two were Ironheart and Wonder Man. And both of these are coming out in 2025 and 2026. I'm not really into Ironheart or Wonder Man at all right now. I have no reason to be excited for them. But so little information has really come out about Ironheart and Wonder Man, that could change. You know what I'm saying? But right now, I'm just not really too excited about them at all. All right, I'm just not. Now, there was what about the returning series? Now, the ones we saw was new series. Okay, Ironheart, Wonder Man, Daredevil Born Again, and Agatha All Along. Those are brand new MCU shows. Okay, but nothing was really said or leaked out about anything returning. Okay, we know She Hulk ain't returning. We know that for certain. Okay, but what about Miss Marvel? What about Hawkeye? What about those shows? Are they returning? There's talk of a Nova show that wasn't mentioned at the upfronts. So what about them? Yeah, like what about those shows? Okay. I mean, there really wasn't any information that came out about the returning series, like Miss Marvel, Hawkeye, and those are just the ones I can think of right now. Now, the one that was confirmed not to be returning for a season two was She-Hulk, which I'm glad for. Okay, I mean, I think they did She-Hulk wrong, and I don't think she deserves a return, at least right now. Okay, let the taste of She-Hulk kind of leave people's mouths before you try and bring her back. Okay. But what about Miss Marvel and Hawkeye? Those there was nothing said about them. Not including I haven't found anything about what was shown at the Star Wars upfronts. If they did Star Wars upfronts, okay. But to kind of put a bow on everything, at, Disney did their upfront presentation for advertisers and investors. A couple of shows were announced. Daredevil Born Again is getting a March 2025 release date. Agatha All Along, another MCU series, will be getting a September 18th, 2024 release date. And Wonder Man and Ironheart also got release dates as well, but I'm not going to really focus on them. If I had to choose which one I was really looking forward to, it would be Daredevil. Because I'm really interested to see if they are going to bring the Defenders into the MCU. If they are going to use Daredevil as a way to bring the Defenders into the MCU. And I think they are. Okay. I really do think they are. I think that they are going to use Daredevil as a way to do that. I think more than likely all the Defenders were snapped away and then snapped back. And now each Defender has to try to rebuild his or her life. Okay. And I think it's a way to keep the original canon from the Netflix shows, but also give them an opportunity to grow in this new MCU, which I'm happy they're keeping the old canon. I really am. I'm really happy they're keeping the old stories from the Netflix shows. I just really hope they keep the edginess of them and don't try to tone things down or water things down with these new, Daredevil show. Okay. I really hope they don't do that. But yeah, we got some release dates for Daredevil Born Again and Agatha All Along. We also got some for Ironheart and Wonder Man, but I'm not really too interested in them right now because there's just so little known about them. But yeah, we got release dates for Agatha All Along, which will be September 18th, 2024. And in March 2025, we'll be getting Daredevil Born Again. So, in our first bit of gaming news is a real disappointment because I really love the Division games. I think Division 1 and the Division 2 with their add-ons were really great games. Maybe they took a little time to get there, but they turned out to be decent overall games. And I was really looking forward to their next game, which was supposed to be the Division Heartland. Now, the Division Heartland was meant to be a third-person game that was basically going to be the Division inside of Escape from Tarkov. Okay, it was supposed to take place in like this rural town where you are a Division agent and you're going into the contaminated zone to get supplies, get weapons, that sort of thing, extract them, and then build up your base of operations, all the while being able to keep what you extract. And at the same time, you've got to protect yourself from other players as well as the environment. Okay. So other players could come along and steal your loot and everything. It was supposed to be a free to play game. It was supposed to take place in between the divisions 2 and 3. Okay. 3 is currently in development now. But we got news this past week it has been canceled. And it's one of many games that Ubisoft has been canceling here lately. So looking at the announcement here, this is coming from IGN. And it says that Ubisoft has canceled its upcoming free-to-play shooter, Tom Clancy's Division Heartland, and plans to focus resources on bigger opportunities. That right there tells me right there, and maybe I'm just being a cynic. Okay, let me just say that again. I'm just being a cynic, but that's telling me right there that they probably didn't see much profit in the Division Heartland. Okay. So it keeps on going and it says this news was revealed as part of Ubisoft's earnings release, with the company saying it has redeployed resources to bigger opportunities such as XDefiant and Rainbow Six. The move is part of a larger, longer process Ubisoft has been undergoing in recent quarters to restructure its teams, cut costs, and concentrate its resources into fewer and bigger games. All right, I really don't know what to say about that, except honestly, that sounds like Ubisoft saying, okay, we saw more of a profit in Rainbow Six and X Defiant than we did in the Division Heart. Okay. Which maybe I can see, maybe I can't. I mean, I did buy stuff off the Division 2 game, like $2 stuff, nothing real drastic, but $2 stuff. Okay. But I do think there would have been profit in the Division Heartland if it was done right. Okay. If it was done right. Now, right here, we got the announcement, and it said here, after careful consideration, we have made the tough call to halt development on Tom Clancy's The Division Heartland, effective immediately. Our priority now is to support the talented team of members at Red Storm Entertainment who will be transitioning to new projects within our company, including X Divine and Rainbow Six. And continues talking about how it was first delayed in 2021 and all that stuff. I'm really sad to hear about this. Okay. I thought the Division Heartland would have been a great entry for people who have not yet played the Division. Okay. I really did think that. Okay. Because it was supposed to be a free to play addition to the Division universe. Okay. This was supposed to bridge the gap between the Division 2, which has already come out, and the Division 3, which is going to come out. Okay. They even had this whole timeline of the Division games and all that. Whether or not that timeline is now toast, I don't know. But I'm really disappointed in this because I really wanted to play this. I think it would have been a great entry point for people who maybe had never played the Division games to really jump in and check out what they could all be about. Okay. So yeah, I'm really disappointed in this. But here lately, Ubisoft has been making a lot of cancellations. And I just have to wonder if maybe things are a lot worse at Ubisoft than even we know. Okay. But they've got X Defiant coming out, which a lot of people are calling the Call of Duty killer. I'm not. I don't think it's going to be the Call of Duty killer. I think it'll give Call of Duty a run for its money, though. But I don't think it'll be a Call of Duty killer. And of course, Rainbow Six. Rainbow Six is making them oodles of money. I am disappointed, though, still that they are not going to go forward with the Division Heartland. But I am kind of hoping that we still get that PvPvE aspect. That escape from Tarkov mode somehow come into the Division 2, maybe even into the Division 3. So I'm kind of hoping that still happens. I doubt it will, but I'm kind of hoping that does happen because I do think it will add another reason for people to jump on to Division 3 when it comes around. But still, back to what I was saying, the Division Heartland has been officially canceled at Ubisoft, and the teams are being redeployed to help with Rainbow Six and X Defiant, which I think is just a crying shame because I think this Division Heartland, this free to play shooter in the Division universe, had a lot of potential, and it really is disappointing to hear this. All right, so in our last bit of gaming news and news in general this week, we got a new trailer, and it's for an upcoming game called Assassin's Creed Shadows. Now, I absolutely love Assassin's Creed. I've played Assassin's Creed 2, Assassin's Creed Revelations. I played Assassin's Creed 3, which is honestly my favorite Assassin's Creed game. Number 3 is my favorite. I just got done a little while back playing Mirage, the newest one. I have not played Valhalla, Andromeda, or Origins, and I don't think I've played the one in London. I can't think of the name of it right now. So, those are the ones I've played. But this one is supposed to take place in Japan. Okay. And from what I've seen of it, it's going to have two main characters in this game. But this here is Assassin's Creed Shadows, the first trailer. It's coming out on November 15th, 2024. We're going to take a look at it, and I'll just give you some of my overall thoughts and opinions on it.
Who are you? Who do you serve?
Okay, already I'm kind of digging this, because it's honestly feeling like they took Assassin's Creed and mixed it with Ghost of Tsushima. Okay, and I really dug Ghost of Tsushima, so I'm already digging this a little bit.
All I have ever known in my life, our land, our customs, my family, burns in the name of unification.
You are still a frog in a well, who knows nothing of the sea. The ocean's filled with new ships, but they all come from the same river. Greed.
Okay, so this game is set in Japan. It has a female Japanese protagonist, but it has a African American protagonist also. Tell me what's wrong with this picture. Look, every Assassin's Creed game, wherever the setting was, the protagonist was from that setting. With Bossum and Mirage, it was set in the Middle East because Bossum was from the Middle East. With Andromeda and Origins, the characters were from the general area. In Andromeda, they were from Greece, and in Origins, they were from Egypt. The United States had Connor. Italy had Ezio Auditore. Okay? I mean, every Assassin's Creed game, wherever the generalized area was, the character was from. Okay? If they were from Italy, the game took place in Italy. If the game took place in Egypt, the guy or girl was from Egypt. If from London, they were from London, etc., etc. Okay? Now I see this. And I understand, from what I've done research, he is not officially a samurai. He is a retainer. I don't know what that means, But still, from what I understand, that there is some historical reference for this. Okay, I honestly just feel like they're pushing a message. Okay, with just having this character here. Okay, I really do feel like they're pushing some kind of message. All right, I don't like it at all. Okay, and already it's sending up red flags for me. Already it's sending up red flags for me when it shouldn't. Okay, but yeah, there you have it. I'm just going to come out and say it. I don't like the fact that this character is in this particular game, and it's just sending up red flags for me because it feels like they're pushing a message already. And I don't and I'm tired of whether it be gaming companies or movie companies or TV companies pushing a message when all I want to do is just sit down and enjoy a good movie, enjoy a good TV show, enjoy a good game. Instead, I've got to plow through whatever message they're pushing this time.
Power. Vengeance.
And you? Will you continue down that river? Or choose another path beyond what we see?
Then we must look for it. Together. We must learn to trust. Rebuild.
And follow the blade.
Okay, already it's seeming like the dude is going to be more of an aggressive playstyle, and the female is going to be more stealthy. Okay, that's what I'm getting here is that you'll be able to choose who you play as, and that will determine your playstyle. If you're going to be more aggressive or if you're going to be more stealthy.
I said, who do you serve?
We are the shadows.
That serve the light.
And I really like the new Assassin's Blade there. But yeah, this here is Assassin's Creed Shadows. Look, it was a good trailer until that one part where honestly I felt like they were pushing a message. Okay. And already it's setting off alarm bells. So as of right now, no, I'm not going to buy it when it launches. I might wait a little bit, Well, I can't get it anyway because I don't have a PS5 yet. But still, if I get a PS5 between now and then, I'm not going to buy this at launch. Okay, I'm just not, and because it feels like as soon as that trailer started focusing on the male protagonist, okay, the male guy, okay, that it was trying to push a message. Up to that point, I thought, okay, wow, this is cool. We've got some stealth gameplay. We've got a female hero, heroine, whatever you want to call her, and then that dropped, and I'm like, wait, this is supposed to be taking place in Japan. Why isn't the hero Japanese or Chinese or Asian somehow? And it just feels like they're pushing a message now. Okay. And it doesn't even feel like they're trying to hide it anymore. They're just pushing this message. All right. But yeah, that was Assassin's Creed Shadows. It comes out on November 20th or November 15th of 2024. Yeah, I'm not going to pre-order. I might not even get it at launch. I might wait a little bit and then get it because what they did on the trailer may not actually what happens in the game. But yeah, already my alarm bells are going off that they are pushing the message, and I have no intention of getting this at launch. I'm going to wait a little bit before I even decide to get it. But it does come out on November 15th of 2024 for next gen consoles. I'm I'm really disappointed in this because I really thought that Assassin's Creed Shadows was going to give us what we've all wanted, a full-fledged Assassin's Creed Japanese game on a console or if it comes out on PC. I'm not sure if it comes out on PC, but on console. And somewhere along the way that got twisted and turned into some way of pushing a message. That's the way I feel about it right now. So that was your geek report for the week of May 14th through May 21st of 2024. Just to kind of recap what we all talked about. We got some news out of the world of Marvel that Daredevil Born Again got a March 2025 release date, and the WandaVision spinoff Agatha All Along will be premiering this year, September 18th of 2024. And finally, in gaming news, we got news that Ubisoft has canceled the Division Heartland and that Assassin's Creed Shadows got its first trailer. I hope you guys are doing well. I hope you guys are staying safe, staying healthy. Just a kind of another reminder, I will be going to a monthly Geek Report instead of a weekly Geek Report starting in June. That's just because it's getting a lot more harder and it's harder for me to do them all on a weekly basis. So I will be doing it on a monthly basis starting in June. So starting in June, the next Geek Report you get will be at the end of June. So keep that in mind. But I hope you guys are doing safe and doing well and doing healthy. Check out my other video sites as well as my social media at the end of this video. I will see y'all in the next video and in the next stream. Laters.